Non-profit organizations, especially small and rural NGOs, play a key role in India's development journey. They face many challenges, from lack of funds to building effective teams. Against all odds, they continue to serve their communities, including the most vulnerable and marginalized. Their areas of work include health, education, women's empowerment, child rights, self-help groups and microcredit, livelihoods, environment, agriculture and more. The more effective grassroots organizations are, the faster the pace of our social development. Empowering such non-profits is Dhwani Foundation. For over 15 years, Dhwani Foundation has been dedicated to strengthening India's social sector in partnership with NGOs, foundations, governments and other stakeholders. Some of the biggest challenges that social sector organizations, especially small and rural NGOs face today, are in organizational development, establishing trust and accountability with external stakeholders, sustainability, and meeting donor expectations. We offer capacity building programs, technology solutions, support services and strategic collaborations in the areas of MIS and technology, HR, accounting and finance, marketing and digital media, program planning and supervision, strategy, compliance and governance. We also support implementing best practices to enable effective and impactful operations. A bird's eye view of the NGOs we support. Satya Special School has been at the forefront of enabling the disabled with focused education through therapeutic interventions and individualized learning plans. Not only children, but even vulnerable parents are taken care of. Varnaville Trust focuses on promoting the welfare of nomadic communities by providing their children protection, health, nutrition, and holistic education. Virudagal focuses on the upliftment of marginal communities, low-income, Dalit women and children who are exploited of their rights and dignity through vocational and life skills training. Community Seva Center focuses on child development and the welfare of families from backward communities by collaborating with various organizations, including the Central and State Welfare Board. Women's Education and Economic Development Society, WEEDS, focuses on discrimination against marginalized women. It educates especially Dalit women from socially backward groups through vocational training. Indian Development Organization Trust, INDO, is a youth-enabled NGO that began with assistance for drought-hit areas. INDO has grown to developing lower communities, providing quality education, water and sanitation, awareness generation and vocational training. Rural Women Development Trust has been rescuing and rehabilitating bonded women laborers of Dalit communities. RWDT has implemented various rights-based projects to help the downtrodden recognize their rights and get access to basic necessities. Community Organization for Oppressed and Depressed Upliftment. Kudu Trust aims at making communities self-sufficient, self-reliant, and improve the standards of the marginalized. Environmental issues like organic farming. Social developmental projects like empowering youth and women are undertaken by providing skills training. Global Trust for the Differently Abled aims at creating an inclusive society to transform the lives of the underprivileged. It works towards the betterment of those with special needs. Community Action for Rural Development. CARD is committed to supporting the livelihood, education and environmental needs of communities. Initiatives to prevent domestic violence against women and children. Association for Sustainable Community Development. ASCOD works to attain sustainable development of the underprivileged in rural areas. They focus on empowering women, imparting the entrepreneurial spirit, fighting domestic violence, and providing primary health care. Gramium Trust works towards improving the living standards of those at the bottom of the pyramid. Its focus areas include improving agricultural practices, increasing farmers' income, and empowering children with education Sinam has always fought against injustice on marginalized communities and works for the welfare of underprivileged children, Dalit communities, widows, differently abled and people affected by HIV or AIDS. IRCDS focuses on the development of women and children in rural and urban areas. It has family counseling centers, promotes women entrepreneurship, supports orphans with education, food, shelter, and also supports the disabled to set up their own businesses. RV Trust works for the welfare of persons with mental and physical disabilities, minorities, and rural communities. It offers educational and rehabilitation programs to create a pathway for children with special needs. ISM's focus has been in the welfare of minorities like bonded workers. ISM has set up cooperatives to empower tribal and Dalit communities. Peace Foundation focused on assisting women in distress, support farmers, elderly and those undergoing hospitalization, organize youth camps, undertake relief work during disasters. READ aims at improving the social, educational and economic conditions of the underprivileged, irrespective of caste, creed, religion and gender, conducts skill development programs to empower people from oppressed communities. Salem People Trust campaigns against child labor, child marriage and sex-selective abortion, rescuing children and providing life skill education. It also educates children about rights and violations and encourages them to pursue higher education. READ Foundation focuses on improving the livelihood of women and young girls who drop out of school. It also offers entrepreneurship programs for women to gain necessary skills for their growth. Shanti Nilayam works towards the upliftment of women and children from weaker sections in remote areas. Its activities also extend to helping children with special needs through special teaching equipment and multidisciplinary interventions. Siva Trust enables marginalized people to access education and employment opportunities. Community participation and strong commitment by the NGOs team has ensured sustained results in the community. Shri Arunodayam Trust focuses on the betterment of people with disabilities. The trust rescues abandoned disabled children, providing them with a safe, loving environment. Even intellectually challenged children are also taken care of. Srishti Foundation focuses and strives to create an inclusive society for those with developmental disabilities through educational, life skills training and farming programs that are designed to enable disabled people lead an independent life. Tendril Movement with people-centered schemes, community-based programs that empower and build capacity. The movement aims at developing people at the grassroots level. St. Thomas Trust has taken up social development activities for underserved communities. They offer education and employment opportunities to people living in remote areas of Erode and Madurai districts. They implement various programs to uplift people out of poverty and promote livelihoods. Deepam has been working towards the sustainable development of women, people affected by incurable diseases and environment, and involved in forming self-help groups and joint liability groups to help community and support them financially through NABFIN's loan lending. Rights Education and Development Center aims to promote the right to life and dignity of every individual. They fight against domestic violence, improve working conditions in the textile sector, providing children with quality education, empower migrant workers. WORD is single-minded in its mission of empowering women and creating gender equality. It works towards upliftment of people from rural communities with a special focus on women and children at the grassroots level. Child Voice works to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable children. They have introduced helplines, complaint boxes, child support groups to address the issues faced by underprivileged children. The Saraswati Shanmugam Public Charitable Trust SSPCT set out with a goal to empower oppressed and downtrodden communities, especially women, children and the tribal people. They associate with women's federations for their guidance to implement developmental programs. The Rural Development Council aims at upliftment of tribal communities. They focus on tribal girls' education, providing medical facilities in remote villages through mobile medical units, especially in the prevention of maternal mortality and postnatal care and support. Working with our committed partners has shown how non-profits can be empowered to overcome challenges and become more effective. Our partners become better equipped to execute critical programs, bringing visible changes at the grassroots. Dhwani Foundation is committed to working with all stakeholders towards an effective and credible social sector and maximizing impact of social investments.